Hey everyone, it's Greg here at Drum for Change. On behalf of the United Arts Council, I wanted to share with my fellow teaching artists in the Artists in Schools program some of the tips and tricks that I've learned about creating virtual content. In the drum circle facilitation world, we've been working on this all summer and we've come up with some best practices that I think you might find useful. First of all, let's talk about creating a great environment for video. You want to eliminate all the ambient noises like your air conditioner, your phone ringer, and your dog. Next, create backgrounds that enhance rather than distract from your content. Third, get some lighting on your face and on your backdrop. And fourth, use headphones or in-ear monitors to avoid creating feedback from your own microphone. Next, let's talk about the connection. Always use wired connections for speed and stability. Dig out that Ethernet cable and plug it in. Don't rely on your Wi-Fi for a strong signal. You can even go so far as to ask your internet provider to adjust the ratio of download to upload speeds so that you get a faster connection when you're broadcasting. And this should not impact the cost of your monthly internet fees. Next, let's talk about your equipment. First, make sure that you have the latest software to avoid any bugs and glitches. Next, know that the cameras and sound cards in laptops are just plain pitiful. To get better control, angle, placement, and focus, you'll want to use external equipment. If you don't have a separate webcam, look into apps like Epic Cam, that's EPOCCAM, that let you use your phone's camera as your webcam. You'll get much better video image quality, and you'll have more control over the placement and the focus. If you have a Logitech webcam, which is one of the industry standards, and their 900 series has been some of the best rated this year, then download their camera settings app so that you can tweak some of those controls too. Yes, it'll work with plug and play, but you'll get more options if you download that app. Then let's talk about microphones. If you have a mixing board and a digital connection to your computer, use your Pro microphones for the best possible sound quality and control. If you're on a Mac and you have the luxury of more than one USB microphone, use the utility called Audio MIDI Setup, that's M-I-D-I, to create an aggregate device that combines the input from two microphones into one. It tricks the computer into thinking that those two different sound signals are one input. And that's all that it will allow. So it's a great way to overcome that limitation. And finally, if it's not already obvious, your mic will sound better if it's close to what it's capturing. Move it close to your mouth, or if you're also trying to capture an instrument at the same time, experiment with placement in the room so that you get the very best balance of voice and music. And of course, if you've got more than one person on the video, a dedicated mic for each person is the very best way to go. Next, let's talk about Zoom features. A paid Zoom account is a great thing. It removes the limits on the length of the meetings, it removes the limits on the number of participants, and it allows you to record in high definition rather than just low quality standard video, so you get a better documentation of the work that you're doing. Next, if you're sharing any kind of music at all, whether that's a pre-recorded track or you're playing live music, you'll want to know about the original sound settings. Zoom is designed to constrict the frequency band. It mutes out long tones as if they were unwanted noise. So sustained notes from musical instruments get squashed. Pitches outside the range of normal speech are also clipped out. So to overcome this, open up your Zoom preferences, go to Audio, and then click on Advanced. Check the button for Show option for Enable Original Sound and disable the two filters for background noise. Then, while you're in a meeting, each time you'll have to turn on the button in the top left that says Enable Original Sound. This will defeat those built-in filters that come on automatically every time you launch a Zoom meeting. If you're not doing music, don't bother. You'll save bandwidth and have a stronger and faster recording. Finally, with a fast enough processor, you can take advantage of the green screen functionality. Select fun backgrounds like these that give your content some context. Keep things interesting and mix them up as if you had a set to change on a stage. You can use really simple things like a green sheet, which is what I've got here, strung up on a clothesline to create that green screen. It doesn't have to be green because you get to pick the color that the filters are going to pull out of your video recording. And if you don't have the green sheet, you can go to your craft store and you can get green poster board and tape that to the wall behind you, and it'll do the same kind of thing. But you'll always want to color match your virtual background in the settings for Zoom so that you can shift with the changing pitches of that green as the lighting conditions change throughout the day. So those are my best practices and tips. Get good lighting, use an external microphone, use an external camera, and have fun with this, because the world needs what you're doing, and I want you to do the very best job that you can creating this virtual content for the kids in our schools. I'm Greg at Drum for Change. On behalf of the United Arts Council, I wish you a great day and a life in rhythm and harmony.